Hey everyone, it's Miss Millsap. Happy Monday, or whatever day you happen to be watching this video. I hope that everyone is doing well. This week, I wrote in my newsletter and decided to talk to you in the video about grief. So, in thinking back over the last several weeks, this is probably a topic that I should have addressed a while back, but as we approach the end of the school year and thinking about several things that we are missing out on, it sort of came back into my mind as something that maybe we should visit and talk about together. So we've lost a lot recently, and we're losing the traditional end to our school year. And if there is one thing that our school in particular is really good at, it is traditions. And so not having those things is really hard and creates a sense of loss, just like any other loss. Um, we're not here to rank anyone's losses as more valid or more significant. So seniors are missing out on graduation, which is a huge loss. But those of you that are in my division have missed out and are missing out on recitals and field day and awards events and all sorts of different things that mark the end of our school year. The interesting thing about grief is that it's different for all of us. There are particular experiences that we all go through, but they don't necessarily go in a certain order. Anytime, like for any person or at any time. So, um, you may have found yourself or members of your family jumping between several of these and going back and forth. You may already be really familiar with the stages of grief, but I thought we would just touch on them for a minute. And you may realize as I'm saying this that you have already experienced several of these things. I sort of realized that more about myself as I was preparing to make this video. So the first thing that happened probably when we were leaving school was this sense of denial, as in this thing is not really that big of a deal, or who cares that we're not going to be in school anymore. After that usually comes some anger. And so feeling some things like this is not fair, and just maybe getting angry at all the people in your life that you're really not angry at, but you're feeling angry and you're not really sure what it's related to. The third thing, and I've definitely been in this place lately, is bargaining. So can't we just promise that we will stay 6 feet apart and we can get together for our end of the year party or have a play date or have a birthday party? You know, my daughter's about to turn 3 and that's probably canceled. And I would love to bargain my way back into some sort of party for her. Then we have sadness or depression. And so, again, some feelings of it not being fair, but feeling a little more desperate about it. And then finally, and maybe we feel this on some days and not on others, we have this sense of acceptance. And so this is happening, and I just have to figure out how to deal with it. I think I did really well with that at the beginning, and you may have felt that way too, and then have lost it occasionally and come back to it. So, how am I supposed to deal with all of these stages and all of these feelings of grief? So, the first thing is to just name it and understand that you are grieving. That might seem like a really serious word for what we're dealing with, but we are grieving the loss of a lot of things and the loss of um, planning for the future, which results in some anger. The second thing is just to feel that grief. And so accept what you're feeling and just let yourself be in whatever stage you are in at that moment. The third thing, and I've said this about every sort of emotion that we are feeling, is to not struggle through it alone. So, again, one of the positives of this whole experience is that we are all experiencing the same thing. So talk to people about how you're feeling. They have been there. They might be there that day, they may have been there yesterday, or they might be there tomorrow. But just share with people how you are feeling um, through some of these losses. And the last thing is sometimes these struggles enable us to find sort of a sense of meaning. Um, and a lot of times that sense of meaning comes from helping others. So I talked last week about things you could do for your neighbors or random acts of kindness. So just continue to think about that. Um, what sort of meaning can you find through this experience? Um, it is okay to not be okay. And another positive thing from this is that we are really learning resilience. So oftentimes when we have discussed that topic of resilience, my students can't really think of something that they have struggled through. So now we've got it. And these tools that you are learning right now are going to benefit you forever. And so that is one positive thing. And the other thing is it's not going to be like this forever. It just can't be. So we will make it. But just thinking this week about where you are in this grief process and that it is okay to be upset and angry that we have lost some of the traditions and rituals that we are usually looking forward to at this time of the year, and talking to someone about it and experiencing these feelings for what they are. I'm here to chat. As always, let me know if I can help you. I hope everyone has a great week. We are almost there, and I will talk to you next week. Please reach out if I can help you. Bye, y'all.